Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here outside of the Fuzzy Biker Garage. Check out what I got today. This is an amazing hot rod. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 with mid controls. Look at that. Most Super Meteor 650s have forward control. Well, this one's got the mid controls. Why is that? Well, the guy wanted them. So we did this to a Super Meteor and we put forward controls on a shotgun. I did the video on that last week. What an amazing bike. So Super Meteor is a 650 parallel twin, air-cooled, oil-cooled. There's a big old oil cooler. Single overhead cam, 4 valve per cylinder. Puts out about 48 horsepower, 49, something like that, 47, 48. And about 39 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 53 newton meters. Has a great 6-speed transmission. I do own a Super Meteor myself. I love it. I've got over 10,000 miles on mine already. I've had it, I don't know, 7 months maybe. But this one's just a beautiful bike. I love the color. I wish I could have got this color myself, actually. I love how it's gray in the front. It's got gray and black on the tank. It's got the gray and the black on the side covers, but more dark here. And it's got the dark color fender on the back. So quite a bike. He's got stock pipes. They come with an upside down 43 millimeter fork. I think it's 4.4 inches of travel, about 109 millimeters. 320 millimeter disc on the front. Tubeless tires, of course. Dual piston bi-brake caliper on the front. That is a 19-inch wheel on this bike. I think the shotgun is an 18. On the back, this has a 16. It's a 150 width. Just a massive thing, isn't it? The back disc, you can barely see it back there. There's a 300 millimeter, and again, dual piston bi-brake caliper. These bikes have great brakes, just great brakes. Seat height in stock form is 29.1 inches. I'm not sure what that is in millimeters. I'll put it down below. Anyway, they're fabulous bikes. He's got a bunch of extras added to this. Let's start at the front here. He's got these Pico blinkers with these MK design holders. Up to there, he's got bar risers. Of course, a little pouch with a holder on there. He's got the aftermarket grips, a little cruise control, bar end mirrors, Royal Enfield bar end mirrors right there. The seat cover, of course, we already talked about this whole system. This took about a day and a half to do, by the way. You know, all the different things that had to be done to make that work. The mid controls, nifty bags and mounts. Stock exhaust, which I thought was interesting. Coming back here, the blinkers again. The seat on this bike, I believe, is that's my HJC helmet and my Noru gloves. Oh, that's the stock seat. I thought he had the comfort seat on there maybe, because it felt pretty good. But oh, also engine guards right here. Anyway, he's got a lot of neat stuff done with it. Check that thing out. Isn't that just a beautiful thing? A little pouch here. All kinds of goodies. Adjustable levers. You know, I just love the way these things look. Just all the little details are so well done on these bikes. Absolutely beautiful machine. Tail pack, of course. Little clips to hold those kind of things. And they add these little things like that on there so you can do like he's done. Anyway, it's a beautiful bike. You know what? I'm going to gear up. Let's go for a ride, huh? Life is good. Wahoo. Alrighty, so the first thing we should talk about is the seating position. I am upright. The bars have risers, so I don't really have to reach to the bars. The bars are kind of reaching to me. I've got the mid controls. That's the big deal on this bike. So it feels like my knees are slightly below my hips, although I'm guessing they're not. And it feels like my heels are actually behind my knees, and if they are, it's a very slight amount. I feel like I'm sitting in a chair upright right now. Kind of a lazy sitting position. I'm not out like I would be with my own Super Meteor with the forward controls. It's a comfortable place to be. I'm surprised Alan hasn't put pipes on this thing yet. He's good for that kind of thing. Very good pickup. Boy, this is a great town bike. I love these things, actually. Well, I do. I own one, actually. One of the things we talk about on the Super Meteor a lot are the rear shocks. Now, he claims he has this one adjusted pretty darn well, and it doesn't seem too bad. We'll have to find some hard-hitting bumps to make a judgment on that. He is considering some different ones, though, so that lets you know kind of where his thinking is. As far as handling around town goes, these are very good bikes. Mid controls on a Super Meteor are a winner. Let's run through here right quick. About a week ago, this whole thing was full of tents everywhere. Hundreds, well, actually thousands of tents. The Iowa Ragbri ran through town. The very next day, everything was picked up and clean. I was just blown away by that. Very good job on their part. Well, it handles these roads very well. Handling is excellent. I like it, I'd say. I do like it. As far as riding down the road goes, I'd say we're doing good. So pushing this around the parking lot, no problem at all. A little heavy, but not too bad. This bike weighs about 530 pounds. That's about 240 kilograms. That's with a full tank of gas. Driving around like this, low speeds, through a park like this, excellent. Handles very well, especially with these mid controls. I don't have trouble with that with the forward controls. A lot of people do, but this is a very good ad for this. On the 2-lane blacktop, I did a bunch of that coming to town here. I thought it was excellent. I think it would do well with a windshield, but that's my bias. I'm a windshield guy, so my Super Meteor is excellent on 2-lane blacktop and the interstate. It does very well. I've driven it all the way across the state of Nebraska a couple times. By the way, that should be considered a form of punishment. The torque on these is so down low, you know. They've got a slightly different tune compared to an Interceptor. It's the same engine, but some things are different about it. And the fueling, I don't know about the very latest Interceptors, but compared to the old Interceptors, the fueling on these is excellent. Better than before, I'd say. Incredibly smooth. Loads of torque, lots of power. Excellent delivery, good balance, very good balance, front to rear, left to right also, but that was a little bit of a bump there, and that wasn't too bad. I would think I would spring for the YSS shocks if I owned this bike. I think that'd be a good ad. You know, let's go this way again. We haven't gone this way in a while. I think the wheelbase is 59 inches on these. That's about 1,500 millimeters. It's an incredibly stable motorcycle, you know, with that 19-inch front tire and the 16 on the rear. Boy, it just picks up very well. I like this. I like this a lot. Now, you know, this is a stock bike. I don't think he has, well, I know he doesn't have a pipe on it. I don't think he's put the DNA on it either. Isn't that neat? Look at that thing. So one of the big questions about these bikes when they first came out was braking. And, you know, that was all over the internet. Oh, they won't brake well, yada, yada, yada. They're heavy. Well, they are a little heavy, but they're not, you don't feel it when you're riding them because the center of gravity is so low. And then they've got excellent brakes. You know, they got the 320 disc on the front and the 300 disc on the back. 300 millimeter disc on the back. It's one of the largest rear discs you'll ever find out there. And they've got dual piston Vibra calipers on both the front and the rear. Most bikes have a rear caliper that's a single piston. It's got very good brakes and excellent feel, I would say. I really am enjoying riding this. I promised him I wouldn't be too long, so I suppose I should head back. We'll head up to the stop sign and turn left. As far as the foot controls go, I do like it. However, he's got the stock pegs on there. One thing I always like are those aftermarket pegs, those wide ones. I don't know what they're called, touring pegs or something like that. They're about 3 times wider than the stock peg. They give your foot a little more place to rest. And the other thing that this bike is kind of ripe for is a heel shifter. If you got the wider pegs and a heel shifter, and I don't know if they make a heel shifter for the shotgun. I know this is a Super Meteor, but it's got shotgun foot gear. But that might be a neat add on something like this. Make it just a little more rideable. Another thing I like about these, now he's got these aftermarket grips on there. I do like the stock grips, but I really love these levers. You know, they've got that nice swoop to them. They're wide through the center of the grip, but yet they're narrow this way, you know, looking down from above. And they've got a very good radius on them, and that feels good on the fingers, on the hands. I also like this Oculus, as I call it. You know, it's got the analog speedometer, which is something someone my age appreciates. You know, I grew up with analog gauges. But yet in the middle, there's a little LCD screen about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 across. And that has got a digital fuel gauge across the top of it, an always visible gear indicator, an always visible clock, and then there's a trip A, trip B, and the odometer, of course. Then off to the side is the tripper system, Royal Enfield tripper system that works with your phone to give you turn-by-turn directions. I've used it before, but it does take a lot of energy out of the battery of your phone. Very smooth shifting. One thing about a modern Royal Enfield, I'd say from after the Himalayan onward, the 411 Himalayan onward, is the transmission's got incredibly smooth and very good shifting. I've lent my bikes to people before, and that's one of the first things they say when they get off of it, is, my gosh, what a good shifting motorcycle. Alrighty, we are heading out of town and onto 2-lane blacktop. Over yonder is a set of Iowa's largest grain bins. Each one of those grain bins over that way are about 2 million bushels each. There's four of those. That's one of our largest ethanol plants here in Iowa. Hey, a railroad bridge, low clearance. Can we touch it? Nope, no luck. We are in 6th gear, just tooling down this road. This is a road I hit a lot, and it is a very bumpy road. It's got so many bumps that I've been on it so many times, I've just about got them all named. Sometimes I'm a little bored, I'll even hit the bumps on purpose just to get that little bounce. A little bit of excitement, but let's see how this suspension does. He does have it set up pretty good, but I can feel the bumps. I think I would opt for the upgraded suspension. YSS would be a good option. Hagons are not bad either. This here is Iowa's busiest intersection, and by golly, she does not disappoint today. I'm being a little facetious, aren't I? Oh my gosh, look at this. He's turning. All kinds of traffic. I might have to post about this on Facebook. Very good pull. Very good pull. Look at all that corn, by golly. Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of acres of it. Wahoo! And there is the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, home of Baxter Cycle, seller of new and used Royal Enfields, Triumphs, and classic British bikes of all types. The town that'll fit on the postage stamp. Get yourself over here and visit, or go to BaxterCycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker sent ya. Alrighty, let's do the old spin test, huh? Da, da, da. Next time you're in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, look how good that turns. Get yourself over here to the derailed grill right there. Boy, look at how nice that handles. Try their Wahoo burger, by golly. Hey, let's check it out in the looking glass. Ah, we got a car on the way today. Okay, I've got a 30-inch inseam. And the bike is supposed to have about a 29-inch seat height. Not too bad, boy. I like the colors, huh? That silver and black. Chrome. Very good looking motorcycle. Very good looking bike. Wahoo! Let's try the figure 8 test right here, huh? Oh, that clutch has got excellent feel. Absolutely excellent feel. Beautiful. You know, this is not too bad for a bike with a 1500 millimeter wheelbase. That's 59 inches. Of course, I'm used to these. I ride a lot of these. I've got one of my own. 10,000 miles on mine. I just love that bike. Sounds good. Sounds good. He has stock pipes on his. I should upgrade on mine. I'd like to get the AEW pipes. Baxter has put, they've got a from head to tail system, or they've got just the pipes. Either one would do fine. Although if I did it, I'd like to do the head to tail system. Alrighty, my friends, here we are at Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Sellers of new and used Royal Enfields, Triumph, classic British bikes of all types, parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, all kinds of stuff. Hats, gloves, coats, jackets, boots, socks and underwear. Get yourself over here, check it out, or go to BaxterCycle.com. Tell those fine folks that old Fuzzy sent you. That's me. Hey, exhaust pipe alley, let's try it out. Wahoo! Yippee-yi-yay! Yippee-yi-yo! Down the road we go! Beautiful, beautiful machine.